Do you remember that girl I told you about that strung me along?
Yeah.
For 6 years? She showed up Saturday early show.
String her along?
Yeah, dude.
A long string across her back?
She has my phone.
Of jizz.
Ooh, she has my phone number, and she came to the show, and then after the show, she was like, "It's great seeing you." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." I'm like over it. I'm like, "Yeah, cool seeing you too." And she's like, dude, I gotta read them. I'm gonna read these texts. Because fuck this shit. I mean, Lou reads his fucking profile, and this bitch broke my heart for 6 years. I won't say her name. I'm not gonna fucking throw her in the back. But this made me laugh.
I miss you so much.
Dude,
I just think I wish you would have made a move earlier.
Dude, wait for it. Wait for it. Because I'll tell you this, 16-year-old me was really hoping this was going to be a lot better, or feel a lot better than it did.
I see now. I realize now that I really wasted time.
Dude, I'm giving and I'll read my text. I'm giving a lot of like, thanks for coming to the show. You know that. Mm-hmm. That's basically like this is the end of the conversation. Mm-hmm. Hey, thanks for coming out. Bye. That means bye.
She's still hot?
She's cute. She's cute. She had a kid. You know, there's mileage on her. 35. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was fucking in love with this girl at 16. At peak. Tight. Illegal. Taut. Illegal tight body. Your illegal taut body. Tight. She wrote, "You always bring a crowd. Safe travels. Till next time." And I wrote, "Thanks. I'm just glad people showed up." And she's like, "Did you think it was going to be slim?" And I'm like, you never know. That's what I wrote. Mm-hmm. Good old modest Dan. Then this text, which you're like, fuck you for this. She wrote, "I miss you terribly. We haven't talked in fucking 9 years. I miss you terribly. I hope you're doing well. ... Seriously." And then she wrote, I feel, dude, I read
you didn't write back?
Dude, I read this to Zach in the green room of Comedy Works, and he just started laughing because he's like one of my best friends since I was 12. She wrote, "I feel like I live your life now through your shows, and I always wonder." And I wrote back, "Ha ha 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 ha." You can see it. I wrote, "Ha ha." I mean, that is a loaded text. Mm-hmm. But it was good to see you. And hey, what happened.
That's what you wrote?
Yeah, and I wrote, "But I hope you're doing good."
You said that is a loaded...
Yeah. I'm fuck that shit.
No, I got you, but you said it's a loaded comment?
Yeah. And she wrote, "LOL, super loaded. I'm doing great. Loving life more than ever." And I was like, "Cool. Good for you. Thanks for coming out." Nailed it, Witzke. Like, that's how that was. I was like, "This is painful, but it's going to be so good. Hit me." Yeah, it was one of those things, man, where I was like, all my friends that came to the second show, like the guys I grew up with, they're all like, "Hey, we're going to come to the Saturday Late Show. That way we know when you're done, there's no more stress. No more shows. We can smoke weed in the green room." It's Garape, fart box, got too drunk. He ended up at a bar down the street.
You're not even interested in like the, go back just for like the conquering of the one that you were...
Fuck that, man. That girl broke like for 6 years, and you know how it's like, man. That girl strung me along. I mean, my friends.
She strung you along though. Actually, like she
strung me
would
along.
Say like yes, no, yes, no.
My friends are still to this day. Some of my friends that I grew up with, they're like, "You never saw her naked." I was like, "Not once." We didn't go anything beyond kissing and dry humping.
I would never accuse Janessa of stringing me along.
This girl strung me along.
I think she was being nice.
This girl straight up strung me along. It was I told that story on that episode where she was like, "How have we never had sex?" When I lived in Tucson, and she visited with her mom, and she's like, "How have we never had sex?" That's it. We're fucking tonight. Like, we got to fuck, and I'm like, "Yeah!" And then we're at that house party, and I'm like, at University of Arizona. I'm like, "Hey, let's go back to my apartment." She's like, "I talked to my mom. She doesn't want me to stay over, so you got to drop me off at my mom's friend's house." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." And then I took her to the house, and then I dropped her off, and she's
like... A guy came out in basketball shorts. He was like, "What's up?"
He goes, "Dropping off, picking up. Domino's delivers hot." No, but we got to her mom's friend's house, and she's like, "Oh my God, next time we hang out, we should go to dinner, and I'll like blow you under the table." And you're like...
that stuff that's annoying because
it was that for 6 years.
It's too over the top of like...
But it was 6 years. It was like... It's worked so well when I was 16, and I'm like... had sex with one girl, and I'm just like, "I'm in love with you. I just want to do it." And she's like, "Oh my..." I told you, I took her to homecoming my senior year of high school, and 2 weeks before the dance, she's like, "I have a boyfriend now, but I'll still go to homecoming with you." And I ate it like an idiot.
You went.
I went.
That's great.
And then I dropped her off, and she's like, hey, just take me home after the dance. Like, I had a house party. My mom was out of town. People were partying at my house while I was at homecoming. And I was like,
in rooms and shit?
Nah, my friends weren't disrespectful like that. Like, no one went upstairs.
Was your close group of buddies.
It was like, yeah, there were a couple guys I played football with, and some of my friends, like my close friends were the ones that were there that didn't go to homecoming. And so after, I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm having a party at my house. It's a home game. Like,
Drive
I'll
me
bring
home.
her. Dude, right after the dance, she's like, so...
You gotta take me over to Gregory.
Dude, I think her boyfriend's name was Robbie.
He likes to be called... His name's Robert.
And she goes, I think Robbie's gonna, like, pick me up in an hour. And I'm like, ugh. It's just getting stomped on.
He's in a car the name starts with a Z. He's in a Z something.
Yeah. He's in a Z Accord. You didn't make those.
That's not a thing.
That's not a real thing, you lying-ass bitch.
Z250.8.
Yeah.
V.
ZP. I don't know. It's hard.
He drives my favorite car, a Mazda X4Z
Yeah.
45er.
He's got a Hyundai 4970. And you're like, what the fuck?
625Z turbo dual ultra camshaft.
It's got 6-shock Ram Jam.
2.7 catalytic converter battery alternator.
And that thing gets on the highway and fucking moves.
They call it the road thrasher.
Yeah. They call it the gravel fuck.
It's a Chrysler ZX Caliber Fury.
Dude,
Jet fueled 0.6V liter.
But for you know what I really realized, man? The reason you said like, why didn't you go back and try to get that like conquering fuck or whatever?
I didn't say why. I said just no interest in that at all.
Because I kind of realized it, man. That there's like a lot of things where you end up in life, you kind of realize things. If things would have gone different, how much different your life would have been. Like with Janessa or whatever. If that goes well, you don't know where you end up. Vecchione and I talk about this all the time.
Sure.
But like
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, if this girl would have dated me in high school, right, and been my girlfriend, I probably don't go out of state for college, which means I don't start stand-up in Tucson, which means I don't fucking move here 2 years later and just fucking become a comic. So it's kind of like, whatever, man.
Me and Janessa would open our own little sandwich shop up at the thing.
You know what I mean? You think about it, I'd be living in Aurora.
Jay and Jen's Sandwiches and Co. and Company and pretzels.
Double J's Sammy's.
And then we just go, and then we let ourselves get absorbed by Wawa. Just buy into the hype.
Just buy into it. But you know what? You guys have a nice little house.
Farmhouse. The kids are so happy, Dan. The kids are so happy.
Dude, I'm thinking still about my llama farm with Julene.
He's like, what am I doing? He goes, I hurt the animals when everyone's asleep.
Yeah, I go out there and I prick them. I make them bleed just a little bit.
I hurt the animals. I hurt myself oftentimes.
I cry a lot.
I have a man cave where I invite over transgendered hookers to come over and please me in weird ways. It's just pure self-hate.
I'm into very violent sexual acts. You're like, but it was one of those things where it didn't feel like sweet revenge. It kind of felt like annoying. Like, man, fuck you. You're still playing the same game of like. I just kind of think what would have been, because I think in my head I'm like, me 5 years ago would have been like, well, what do you think about? Now I'm like,
I don't think my life has impressed any girl from my past enough.
Well, you need to grow up in Aurora
to make them. I'm saying it hasn't impressed. Yeah, maybe, but it hasn't impressed them enough.
I'm
to
blowing
be like,
these bitches' minds.
I wonder what would have been. Oh yeah, huh? Too bad we didn't do.
I'm saying that's coming from her because that's her style of fucking mental terrorism. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't think she really means that. I think she means like, oh, this dude has 40,000 fucking Instagram followers. I got a 5-year-old. I don't talk to the dad. Yeah,
maybe one of those 40,000 people could raise my kid.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. No, but like I told my mom the next morning, it's like, you fucking waste my time for 6 years, and you come in like I'm gonna be a stepdad.
If I know the dish, like I know she goes, look, Dan, close the puss. Fucking
dude, my mom.
She goes, get it in. Hop on a plane. You're out of town,
dude. I love that you're not wrong.
Yeah.
My mom goes like, she's like,
shut it down.
My mom was like, so you're not gonna like hang out with her at all, just to, you know?
You probably got your dad's penis, which is a good penis.
Well, that's a preview for Thursday. Yeah. It's not Nick.
It's a good penis, though.
But it's, it's
a good penis.
Pretty.
It's pretty photogenic, like a mofo.
That's a helmet.
I mean,
it's a pretty dick.
The way the light shimmers off the head shiny, it's got all the parts.
Listen, I haven't seen your piece live since fucking 91, but I'm just gonna say, I think I had some high hope for it. She goes, I remember changing that diaper. It was a warm day.
He goes, look, let's just say you were
Mom, this is too much.
you were a slim kid, but you were in medium diapers, if you know what I'm saying.
She goes, tall and skinny leads to fucking big dicks. You know what I mean?